Alright guys, most of my decks now so far have been out for the second take, except everybody's favorite, the Elf deck. So this is my second take on the Elf deck. Really, I've been playing a lot, on stream and offline just to tinker with it, and feels pretty good. I don't think 4 Bone Splinters is too many. There's lots of tokens and visionaries floating around. The only card change that I made, honestly, was to well, I'm not sure what I did since the last recording, how I recorded it and how I started it off. But I've taken out the Scarred Vine Breeder because it wasn't doing a whole lot, and I put in a Woodland Bellower. Even though it's not an elf, it fetches up an elf. Most notably, it's the 4th copy of Shaman of the Pack. So here we've got Visionary into Dead Bridge with a pair of removal spells. We're on the draw. I think this is fine. Yeah, so we're going to play rank 40 Elves and just, look like the tryhard that we are. So we're playing against another rank 40 guy, Black Bolt. He's got 56 cards in his library, but I think he's mulliganed to 4. So he probably is still playing 60. Just had a bad hand. Probably the game has kind of froze up on me. Yeah, he's gone. So unfortunately, he's had to mulligan to 4. Well, that's really shitty. Gives me a chance to talk about, like I said, the deck though. So I'm not sure if when I recorded it, if there was both evolutionary leaps in here. I think this deck, should have both copies since it's so creature based. And yeah, it's just a bunch of elves with the Bellower. It can get your Jagged Scar Archers, it can get your Reclamation Sage, all that sort of stuff. But like I said, it's mainly the 4th copy of Shaman of the Pack because that card is pretty ridiculous at burning people out. In my opinion, after having played this deck, the core engine of this deck is Lissalana Huntmaster, and there she is right there. Well timed. He, she, whatever. But this card here is really the core engine of the deck, the card that really makes it tick. If you can play one of those and it doesn't immediately die, then you're in pretty good shape to just flood the board with your elves and then, use those tokens for Bone Splinters, burn them in the face. With Shaman of the Pack, I mean, it's just, sacrifice them to Evolutionary Leap and draw real cards. It really is the engine that makes the deck tick. So now we're looking at a Troll. And we have 3 mana, so how do we want to play? We can put down a 2/2 Jagged Scar, which I don't think I want to do. Looks like the play, I think, is Dead Bridge. I mean, if he swings and spends his whole turn to regenerate, he'll still discard a card. And given that he's mulliganed to 4 with only 2 in his hand, I may make that decision. But who knows? Depends what he plays. Maybe I just take the 2, let it renown, and just kill it later on when he lets his regeneration shields down. Yeah, so he is coming in with Regen Man open. I don't think I'm going to bother. I mean, he's going to tap out sometime, and then we can just kill it. So he's going to renown it. And put down Consul's Lieutenant. So that's first strike. That's a little bit annoying. Picked up a Dead Bridge Shaman, but his he's down to 1 card in hand, so I think doing this is what we want to do. We get to kill his Troll and take his last card from him. And then we get to play a Visionary and draw another card. And yeah. So we've got another removal spell. I can't do this now. I mean, as much as I would like to just kill that now, he could top deck something, like Kythian's Irregulars or something foolish. So I don't think it's worth it at this point with him still on 20 to go ahead killing that. But he's going to bring it on in, which is cool. We'll take that. And let's see what he picked up. Is he going to show us? It is a land, and he does show us. So, Huntmaster? Yeah, we definitely Huntmaster. He's tapped out. We don't need to worry about the ordering here. Get our land out and go. But he's got the 3/2 first striker, which he may or may not attack with. But we've got the Bone Splinters here, and all we have to do is cast an elf, like Dead Bridge Shaman, and then we can sack it, take his last card if he doesn't play it. He doesn't attack though, and he shows us another land. So, we can just use a Visionary to get rid of that, get that out of our way. And I think we'll play Jagged Scar on this turn. It's funny because, like, as much as I think this deck likes and wants and needs Evolutionary Leap enough for me to play 2 copies, if you're not playing against black, you usually won't play it. But against the removal heavy decks, it just lets you regas your hand in response to their removal. So, when you're playing a creature-based mirror like this, where your opponent doesn't have removal, well, yeah, Leap is not going to be on your top list of things to play. But there is a lot of black and a lot of removal in the metagame, so I mean, Evolutionary Leap is just a super powerful card. So I think it's worth it. Now we've got a Death Toucher, which is annoying. But we can use the Rogue's Passage to force through damage with this guy here. So I think we'll Dead Bridge Leap though. That'll make a token. And then we'll put a leap in play. And then we can start forcing through the big guns next turn. So we'll just take a turn off the attack step here. Next turn we can hit him pretty hard. I may even sacrifice trade one of these tokens and turn it into a creature, and that way when we cast that creature, it will make another token to replace itself. So we'll probably cash in both these tokens here. Turn them into real cards. We get a Visionary. And another Huntmaster. So yeah, we definitely double Huntmaster here. And then Visionary, so again, we're going pretty big here. That Death Toucher is pretty fucking annoying. Got to say. But again, we can cash in a couple of tokens for real cards. Oh, Dwynen is nice. But yeah, we can cash in a couple of tokens for real cards until we find the Bellower or the Shaman of the pack and just, you know, just kill him in one shot. He's got a Bellower. So let's see what he fishes out with that. Could be a Reclamation Sage. No, it's a Castellan. So Dwynen here is going to make my... I mean, that's going to be good for 12. And so do I have 9 mana to be able to do that and activate the Rogue's Passage? I don't. I don't have 9 mana to be able to do that. So I will cash in some tokens here. We will do that. Pick up another Shaman. And pick up Jagged Scar. And there's the Bellower. So that's 6 mana. We have 8. So we can't... this isn't going to trigger both our copies of Huntmaster. So that's next turn. We can Shaman of the pack. So how can we spend 8 mana we have? I guess we spend... I'll spend 3 and 3 and leave up 2 Evo Leap triggers. But yeah, next turn we can just Bellow for the Shaman of the pack. Too bad we couldn't do that now because it'd be pretty close to lethal here at this point. But no, I'll only leave one up because Dwynen is just a beast. Buff the whole team up. So there we've got lethal on the Jagged Scar Archers. If we only had the Rogue's Passage there, yeah, fucking Death Touch is annoying. But anyway, you know, we'll Bellow next turn, kill him. Get to show off the Bellower in the first game against a mulligan to 4, but he's mounted a fine defense. I'm sure that, you know, I could just be swinging wide here and not cashing in these Evo Leafs. I mean, you know, I could be winning this game, but anyway, he's bringing the Castellan in. So shouldn't have done that. That's just force of habit there. Yeah, we can Visionary and Bellow next turn. Yeah, I get the Bellower kill. So, Visionary, make a pair of tokens. You know, we could also use the, could have used the Rogue's Passage. We can't use it anymore since we're tapped, but this is the way I want to get the kill. And we picked up another Dwynen, but it is Woodland Bellower with the rest of our mana. And lots of good targets in this deck for Bellower. Shaman is number 1. And, you know, we hit him for what, 17 or something? Something foolish, you know. So that's why Bellower's in this deck. You know, you can go get your Jagged Scar if it's going to be really big, but, you know, pretty much it's going to be Shaman of the pack. Sacrifice 20 permanents. That's what I finally got a quest that isn't an archetype quest. I fucking hate those. I just keep re-rolling them and just try to get anything. I just want my quests to, you know, to naturally happen through gameplay. None of this using the deck wizard. I refuse to fucking use that for the sake of 40 gold. You know, I know there's an achievement and all that, but you know, I'm not that masochistic to go down and fiddle with that fucking deck wizard and play like that. So hopefully now we don't get a mulligan to 4 this time. You know, I probably shouldn't have recorded it, but I had already done my opening spiel and I didn't want to restart it. So there you have it. Woodland Bellower in, Scarred Vinebreeder out, and you saw a very protracted end to that game when I probably should have just been attacking with everything and sacrificing whatever he blocked. I should have just been sacrificing that to Evo Leap rather than just sitting there. But you know, I wanted to show the Bellower kill, and we got to do that. So you know, it's a thing that you can do. I really like Bellower here. Like I said, he's the only non-elf, but every time you cast him, it's gonna fetch an elf. It won't trigger your Lissalana Huntmasters because the elf that you grab isn't cast, so it just gets put into play. So it's kind of shitty in that respect. But you know, he brings along a big body. If you got a half decent number of elves, that 6/5 could bring a 6/6 along with them if it's Jagged Scare. Waiting for players to join the match. I think we may have gotten stuck here. So let's just back out a little bit. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I've got an Esper control deck that I just built last night. I probably played 5, 6, 7 games with it, somewhere in that range. I kind of like it. You know, it still needs a bit more work, but I'll probably take that one out for a spin. I'm going to the cabin tomorrow, and I'm coming back on Saturday night. Here it is here. I'm coming back on Saturday night, so I probably won't have a video for you tomorrow, but I should have one on Saturday. You know, depends on what time we get home. My little fella turns 6 tomorrow. Tomorrow's his 6th birthday, so we asked him what he wanted to do, and he said he wanted to go up to the cabin and play a game of cards. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow night, and you know, have pizza and cake and all that up around the bay, and come back on Saturday night because we've got his party, all his friends and stuff. We've got that party on Sunday afternoonish. So he's pretty excited. His grandparents were over tonight to see him. Gave him a whole bunch of fucking dinosaur toys that he's up playing with now before he goes to bed. So he's excited about that. Anyway, so we got Homeless Jace here again. Always the Homeless Jace, man. Guys, you got to come on and do something with your deck box. You know, you got to do something. This is just annoying to see this guy in the Barren Wasteland all the time. He's got white hair. That's the first time I've ever noticed he has white hair. Alright, rank 19, Ghost Dog XJ. Does he have a 60 card pile? He does. And we are looking at... So we've got Dwanen's Elite. We will play it on turn 2 if we have to. We've got Shaman, which is not the turn 3 play, but if we have to. Winnower, I'm going to try for something a little bit better than this. And it has no land. Probably should have kept that one. I'm not going to 5. We have 2 mana and a bunch of 4 drops. So yeah, probably should have kept the 2-drop, 3-drop, but I mean, it's a free mulligan. So, anyway, that was probably just fucking stupid to mulligan that away. What's done is done. Hopefully we pick up a Visionary off the top. That would be glorious. Consider my order placed. That is an Evo Leap, I guess. We will just play it out. I mean, I guess we will just play it out. You know, I hate to show to him and have him destroy it before I get any value out of it, but... You know, we really need to... I need to draw a 3rd land or a 2-drop. I mean, Elvish Visionary would be, again, the ideal play to get something on the board and hopefully get a land. We've got a foil Undercity Troll from what appears to be a mono-green deck thus far. It is not a Visionary. It's just a Deadbridge Shaman, so we're going to end up missing land drops. There are 24 land in this deck. There are indeed, but at least, you know, any untapped land now, and we'll get to put something on the board. He's going to renown that troll. He is playing white in his deck. He's just played a Selesnya Gate. Foiled, of course. It's too bad you can't foil the basic lands, because if you could, I would foil entire decks. You know, my favorite ones. But since the basics are never going to be foiled, it just looks fucking stupid, so... Not going to do it. Okay, here we go. This is just great. This is just fucking great. Looking back at that opening hand now with the 3 mana and the 2-drop, 3-drop, I'm thinking, what the fuck am I thinking? Trying to get something better. I mean, Dwynen's, it's a 2/2 for 2 on turn 2, and Shaman, yeah, to ping him for 2 and get a 3/2 on the board. It's not exciting. You know, I mean, we do get a free mulligan in this game. So I thought I could try for something a little bit spicier than that, but... Just greed. Yeah. Yeah. When it rains, it pours. If I don't draw a land, I'm just going to concede next turn. I'm not discarding and recording all this. So, you know, I'm just going going to concede because I'm getting the face beat off me here. Yeah, we get double token free blade. We got understate. We're basically just dead. We're just dead. Yeah, even if I pick up a land and play Debris Shaman, I'm still pretty fucked because I can't block with it if I want to use my Bone Splinters, you know. I mean, we've got 3 Huntmasters. Like I said, that's the engine that makes the deck tick. It's the, you know, the best card in the deck as far as I'm concerned. In terms of doing what the deck wants. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. Concede. Couldn't draw a land. How many draw steps do we have? Doesn't matter. I shouldn't have mulliganed that first hand. What are you gonna do? Hakeem loses to Mana Screw. Well, not really. Hakeem loses because he's a fucking idiot and threw away a perfectly good hand. So, anyway, what are you gonna do? You know, perhaps I should have gone to 5. Also, considering that 6-card hand had no action, probably should have gone to 5. Lots of things I could have done, none of which I did do. So let's just move on to game number 3 and try to forget about that. All right, we got another session. We're heading on in. So I gotta go out. I gotta go out on rank 40, guys. I mean, I can't go drop into 38. I can't be at it. I don't like it. You know, I've dropped to 38 a couple of times. Since I've gotten to 40, I've never gone down to 37. I haven't had a 3-game losing streak. At least not to my knowledge. You know, there could have been some night where it's a hazy recollection, but not to my knowledge have I dropped below 38. So we'll see if we can get back to 40 before this video ends. Playing against Orc Barbarian 86. Combined, you know, together we have a rank of 40. He's got 60 cards. Now we're looking at Cemetery is going to enter tapped because we haven't got a basic to go with it yet. We have a Visionary on 2 and then a Dwynen's Elite and a Shaman. This looks good. I'm going to keep this hand. Visionary is the single best play you can have on 2 because it turns on Dwynen's Elite. So let's see. Is a Dwynen herself. So we'll just play the Gate. You know, we can play the Rogue's Passage next turn just to be able to cast the Visionary, and hopefully we can get a basic. I'd rather not show the Rogue's Passage this early, but if I got to play an untapped land and it's it, then I'm going to do it. So there's Child of Night, 2/1 lifelinker. I'd just like to pick up a basic though, and then we can get the Woodland Cemetery online. There we go. Okay, we've got our basic land and our Visionary. Alright, so Dwynen's Elite, we need an elf on the battlefield to get the token, but if he comes at me with a 2/1, I'm going to block. You know, I'm going to get that lifelinker off the battlefield if I have the chance to kill it with this Visionary. If I had a Bone Splinters in hand, I probably wouldn't do that, but I don't. So he's got a Gurmag Swiftwing now. That's the 1/2 flying first strike haste. Let's see if he offers up his dude. He is going to offer it up. Well, I mean, if he wants to spend some kind of card or effect on that, on a Visionary, he can go for it. Otherwise, I'll trade 2-drop for 2-drop since mine replaced itself. I got a card and he got 2 life. It's fine by me. Alright, what do we got here? We got a Huntmaster. I mean, so the 2 options here now, Shaman for 1, which is not exciting, or just play Dwynen's as a bear, just as a 2/2. I think Dwynen's as a 2/2 is just fine. You know, we'll play the Huntmaster next turn. And we've got double black, so eventually the Gilt Leaf Winnower will be online. His Swiftwing is not an ideal target, but I mean sometimes you gotta pick the only target on the battlefield when it comes to the power and toughness not being equal. We've got an Elite Visionary, an Elite Vanguard on the battlefield now, so he's going to get in over the top for 1 more, I imagine. I will not trade a 1-drop for a 2-drop, so that Elite Vanguard is going to sit there for a little while. You know, depends on what he does with it. Maybe I kill it with the Winnower. You know, there are some enchantments like Nimbus Wings that can square off its stats. So now. I think it's definitely got to be Huntmaster. So if I Huntmaster and he has removal, I don't want this thing to get removed. You know, I'd rather him spend his removal elsewhere. Dwynen makes my my Elite a 3/3 against his Vanguard. So perhaps that's what I do. I'm going to make it a 3/3 and hold back on defense. Plus it's got reach for the flyer. So this will stabilize us a bit. And if he's got the removal, then we can get the Huntmaster down and start generating the value by casting all these other elves. So let's see if he's got the Reeve Soul. I mean, he's playing black. I imagine he's got some removal in there, whether or not it's Reef Soul or whether he's playing the 5 mana stuff, or, you know, he could even be playing Bone Splinters. Who knows? I mean, but we'll see what he's going to do about that. You know, see if he remembers that this thing has reach. But yeah, throwing this thing out there right away. I mean, if you're playing against black, I think sometimes you're probably right to hold on to it, and then because it just takes over the game and lets you just go nuts with Shaman of the Pack and hit him for double digits. I mean, so many Shamans I've cast for 10, 12, 13. It's brutal when you get a Huntmaster online and just face him with a Shaman. I mean, that's what the deck wants to do. So he is coming in here while he's... Yeah, okay, he saw the reach there at the last second. Okay, so he's coming back. So we've got Dueling online. We've got the Accursed Spirit there, which we can't block. That's, you know, it's a 6-turn clock. So this turn, though, we definitely want to play the Huntmaster as a 4/4. It's outside the range of Reef, so he's going to, you know, have to get at Dueling first. Or do I winnow? I don't think I winnow yet. I want to get this thing down. We've got Shaman in hand. So let's just get this down. And let's just stay back, get our elf count high. We're definitely going to be able to kill something next turn. He's not going to be able to square off the stats of 3 creatures, so we're going to get some value from the Winnower. We may not even cast it next turn. We may. There's the Reef Soul on Dueling. So that drops our Huntmaster to a 3/3. But we've still got the elf value. So if he wants to swing with the Accursed Spirit, we can't block it. No, he's just going to swing with the Flyer. So that Flyer is, I mean, it's not really threatening at 1 power. I think this Winnower is going to have to go at the Accursed Spirit since it has Intimidate. We do have a couple of black creatures in the deck. And we've got Deadbridge Shaman now, so I may change my mind. I may change my mind on that. I think Dueling plus Deadbridge is 5 mana, make 2 tokens. I think that's probably the better play here this turn. But we'll actually get 3 tokens because Dueling's Elite makes 1, so I'm not going to offer up either of these cards because I want the Shaman of the Pack Face Burst. So we'll just sit back here, make a token. Dueling's Elite lands, makes a token. Deadbridge Shaman can block the Accursed Spirit since it's black. And we'll get another token. So right now we're sitting on 7 Elves. This will be 9, and this will be 11 if the status quo holds. So again, we're just going to sit back here, and we also do have a Rogue's Passage. Plus this has Menace, so he has to gang block it. So here comes a Gravedigger. Is he getting any value out of that? Have we killed anything? Oh, he lost that Child of the Night earlier in the game. So he's getting that back. I assume he'll put that down right now. Let's see if he brings anything else to town. I'm sure he's coming with the Flyer. We're on a 17-turn clock. I haven't seen any auras from this guy, and that's kind of the thing that's... I don't know why he didn't play the... I don't know why he didn't play that Child of the Night here. So what do we want to kill with the Bone Splinters? So we can kill 2 things here. You know, we can kill something with a Winnower. We have to leave... Oh, I only have 2 black sources, so I cannot Winnower and Bone Splinters this turn. So it's either or. I mean, I think I'll just take down the Accursed Spirit, make a token. I think that's what I'll do. I mean, you could have a Celestial Flare or something. I don't know. Blow that up. So this thing has Menace. You know, I could come at him here and make him discard a card if he wants to block. I'll try that. You know, if he wants to trade something there and ditch a card, that's fine by me. Lowers the elf count by a little bit, but gets at his board a little bit. Yeah, so he's going to trade the Vanguard. But that's a 2-for-1. He loses his Vanguard. Normally I wouldn't like to trade a 3-drop for a 1-drop. But he just lost his Child of Night that he got back with his graveyard. Don't know why he didn't cast it last turn, but if he had, he would have lost that other card, and now we don't know what that is. But this turn we've got Shaman and Splinters. We'll Shaman first, since we don't want to sacrifice an elf until we get the Shaman of the trigger to hit his face. So he's not going to attack here at all. And if we kill one of his dudes, the Menace on Gilt-Leaf Winnower will be pretty good. So we picked up another land, not terribly exciting. So we'll Shaman here. I mean, he could be playing Languish. If he is, then I'm going to walk right into it, because he's playing a creature-based deck with all these little dudes. If he's got Languish in there, like I said, I'm walking straight into it, but I'm not putting him on that. So I don't know what's going on with the game here. Oh, host is being migrated. Okay, he's gone. So we're gonna dome him here for probably 10-ish. Yeah, that's 10. Double-digit shaman hits, man. They're huge. And I guess I splinter the flyer. I'll splinter the flyer. Fuck it. And then bring the team. I mean, what can he get on me? He can get a couple of my Dwynens. I really don't give a fuck what he gets. You know, he can eat a token. So he's going to flare me. I will just lose a token. That's fine. So there goes the token. You know, he can trade with a 2-2 or he can eat a 1-1. Or he can jump the 3-3. I'm fine with that too. Completely fine with that. And we'll sandbag this land in hand. He's on 2. You know, unless he languishes, he's dead. Watch it happen. Suntail Hawk. That's a scary card. Yeah, but I wouldn't put Languish past it. I really wouldn't. Looks like we got there, though. So we'll just bring the house again. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get there. So yeah, the Elf deck, obviously a lot of synergies. We got back to 40. Thank you. Thank the Lord. Lots of synergies with the Elf count, but I mean, Shaman of the Pack, and you know, is one of the key cards, obviously. But Lissalon Huntmaster, that is the card that you want to stick on the board, and just get that value train rolling, create a ton of Elves, Evo Leap. I really like Bellower since I put him in. You know, grabbing Shaman of the Pack, grabbing Jagged Scar, grabbing Reclamation Sage. He does a lot of work in this deck. A lot of green creatures, 3 mana or less in here. So I think he's a great addition to the deck. Bone Splinters, I've never been satisfied. You know. Or I'm sorry, I've never been dissatisfied with all 4 copies in here. There's just, you go so wide, I don't mind sacrificing a Huntmaster token or a Dwynen's Elite token or a Visionary to kill any creature. It's just, you know, for 1 mana, if there was ever a deck for Bone Splinters, this is it, because you just got so many expendable creatures. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's my second take on the Elf deck. You know, changed 1 card, I think, since the last time I recorded, but I mean, you know, it's just a synergistic pile of Elves, and there's not really a whole lot of wiggle room. As far as I'm concerned anyway. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and like I said, I'm going to the cabin tomorrow, so we should have a video for you on Saturday night. See you then.